So our lesson for today is all about how to represent equations on our calculator. So this is a very good test taking strategy. So we're going to have you guys practice that today. So let's go ahead and get started. So our first example is, what is the equation in slope-intercept form of a line that passes through these points -12, 21, and 6, -15? So I have these four answer choices. So when you guys are taking that STAR test, you're basically going to use these answer choices against these points. And here's how it works out. So if it's already set for y, that means it's ready to graph. So the first thing I'm going to do is on my calculator, so the one on your Chromebooks, you want to go to the y equals. Let me go ahead and clear these out real quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a look at answer choice A. So I'm going to do a -1 divided by 2, my x, -9. So when I type that in, I'll get this little line here, and I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that graph. Let me go ahead and switch this to, I need a regular line. There you go. And then enter. Now graph. So here's our little line here. So the easiest way to kind of see if these points work is basically I'm just going to do second table, and then I'm going to go to those little x values. So at first it says -12, so I need to go all the way up to my -12. And then if I take a look, it says -12 is at -3. So basically A is not our answer because it has to be 21 for this part. So it's pretty much a guess and check here. So I know the first one doesn't work. Let's try answer choice B. So it starts off with -2x -3. And then I'm going to go ahead and graph that one as well. So second table, and I'm going to take a look. Now this time I see a -12 and a 21, so that works for this point, but we have to make sure both points work. So now I'm going to go to my x of 6, go down to 6, and 6 is -15, and hey, that one works. So those 2 points work for this particular problem, so that means my answer choice for this one is B. Now I have another one. So the same process, same strategy here still works. Is basically now you have a set of tables, so you have multiple points that you want to take a look at. So the easiest way to do this is taking these points, setting them up, and I'm going to do the first one, letter choice A, -4x -21. I'm going to go ahead and graph it. Cool, here's my line, second table, and then I'm going to start going through my numbers. So let's start with -8 first. So at -8, it's at 11, but at -8 for this one, I have at -19, so it's not A. So let's go ahead and take a look at my other one. Answer choice B says -4x -22. So now I'm going to do the same thing, graph, second table. At -8, this time it's at +10. So again, B is out. So now I have a good chance of looking at one of these two answers. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this out. -1 divided by 4, that's our little fraction here. X -21, and then graph. So then maybe because, so if I don't see it, chances are it might be off the page. So I just go to second table and I can still see those listed values. So now we're going to check through it. -8 and -19. Okay, that one works. So let's try it. We got to try all four of them. So at 4, I should have -22. Yep. So see 4, -22. So let's kind of do this. Check, check. Let's go to +16. Scroll all the way down to 16. 16 should be -25. Yep, that works. And then 24 should be a -27. And yes, that works. So basically, my answer choice for this one is pretty straightforward, and it's the answer choice C. Okay, so so the kind of recap, anytime we're looking for this part represents, it just means it's going to be equal to. So in other words, when I graph these, it's going to have to match these points here. Now, what happens if I have a graph like this? Okay, well, simple, same thing, guess and check. So I'm just going to clear this out. Which equation is best represented by this graph? So in other words, one of these equations is going to look just like this graph. So it's pretty straightforward from here. So I'm just going to put 3x plus 5 graph. Does it match the graph? Well, it's going this way. That one's going this way. Yep, A's out. 3x plus 2, graph it again. It's going this way. That one's going this way, so it's not B. So negative 3x plus 5 graph. Hey, it looks like it's going down the same way. Does it hit the same point? So it looks like it's hitting at 5. So if I take a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has the same one here. And basically that's going to be our answer choice for this one. Okay, so those represented problems are pretty easy. Those are the ones you want to graph it out. Then check. Okay, so that's pretty much the strategy you guys want to use for these types of problems. Pretty straightforward from here. So let's try another one. So slope. So remember slope. That's the only thing you have to apply. So slope is in front of the x when y is by itself. And that's a key part here. So by itself. So in other words, y by itself, y is by itself, y is by itself, y is by itself. So that means now the slope number is going to be in front of the x. So here's slope, 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 and slope. So basically all of them have the same one. So I have to do that guess and check thing again. So I got to go to my graph, clear, 2 divided by 3x, because now it's saying y equals 2 divided by 3x. And then for our first answer choice, minus 2. Graph, second table, and now I'm just going to go to negative 3. So I'm looking for that single point. So negative 3, negative 4. So I got negative 3, negative 4. I have a negative 3, positive 4. So watch your sign. So basically, because that's a negative 4 here and a positive 4 here, that crosses out. So I'm going to do the same one again, but this time I don't have to change the fraction. All I have to do is delete, and just do plus 6. Graph, second table. Now I'm going to go negative 3, positive 4, negative 3, positive 4. Hey, and there's our answer choice. So basically that's the one that's going to work for our situation. It has a slope of 2 over 3, and then it has a point of negative 3, 4 according to our table. Now, what about these ones? So this is our last one that we're going to go over, is basically if I have this set up, is the y by itself? Is the y by itself? Question mark. No. So y, basically all these, so we have to solve these for y in order for this calculator to do this part. So what's going to happen is I'm going to take this first one, and the stats work like this. 4x minus 5y equals 35. So if I want to get this right on my star test, I just do minus 4x to this side to get rid of it. That cancels out. Negative 5y equals negative 4x. I'm going to bring that front, and then this 35, bring to the back. And then divide negative 5 over this, and therefore y equals, and what you guys can do is you don't even have to simplify from here, and I'm going to show you kind of a little strategy, is as long as you set it up this way, or you can even put them all over negative 5, we can do this. I can just simply do negative 4 divided by a negative 5x plus 35 divided by negative 5 here. And let's see if this works. Graph. Second table. And then I look at my negative 15. Negative 15 is at negative 19. That works. Cool. So far, so good. Let's go to 30. And 30 at positive 17. Hey, so that very first one that we did works out for our equation in standard form. So this is basically what you have to do for these types of equations. Okay, that's pretty much it. We're going to stop there. You guys have some practice problems. Work on those. Look at these videos if you need to, and good luck. And let me know if you have any questions.